right, let's talk ribs. I've got some pork back ribs here, and you can do two different ways. You can do them in the oven, where they have to slow cook for 3 or 4 hours in the oven, and then you do them on the barbecue or broil them. Or you can do them in your Instant Pot, and they'll be done in about an hour. So we're going to do the quick way today, just because it's already 4 o'clock and we want these for dinner tonight. So what we're going to have here with our ribs is I've peeled off the back membrane. So if you come take a look, you can see that there's no shiny one on this one, but this one I've got my shine. So you have to just find on the end where the membrane starts, and you want to try and peel that off. It might take a little bit, and sometimes it's really slippery, and to grip it you might want to use paper towel to grip it. But you just want to get that membrane off of the back of the ribs. A bit slippery, so it's a bit hard to grip it. So I'm going to get that off. Now if you're going to do your ribs in the oven, you're going to want to get your spice rub on there, and you're going to wrap them into 2 layers of foil and bake them in the oven like 225 degrees for, I think it's 4 hours. You want them to really slowly cook in the oven. All right, so I got my backing off. And we're going to put a rub on these. So the rub I've got, my friend Harry has a great rib rub. So I just make a big batch of it, and I just keep it in the container, and then when I need it, I use it, and when I run out, I just make a new batch. So I will have on my recipe the big batch that I use. I think I used it twice already, and this should be enough for today yet, so I'm using it I think 3 times for the recipe. So you can always make a smaller batch, that's okay. So in order to get that rub to stick nice, we're going to take some maple syrup. And we're going to be rubbing our maple syrup all over our ribs. We'll do the other side as well. Just going to do the back first a minute here. I'm going to be using all this up, so I'm just going to put my hand in the container. And then we're going to flip them over and get some more of that maple syrup on. I had about a 1/4 cup in here. I'm going to need a little bit more to wipe everything down later because I got pork on my hands now. All right. It's going to be delicious. All right, get the rest of this spice rub on here. So if you're doing them in the oven, you want to get all of this spice rub on here first, and then you're going to wrap them in your foil so that those flavors are all in there. Rub it on. All right, so in the oven, you're going to wrap them, double layer of foil. Wrap them tight so there's no air going to get in them. You're going to put them in the oven, low temperature, 225 for 4 hours. In the Instant Pot, we're going to get these in our Instant Pot, and they're going to be done in about an hour. So we're going to do, it has to come to pressure. My Instant Pot usually takes about 15 minutes or so to come to pressure. And then we're going to have them in for 25 minutes on high, and then we're going to let them natural release for 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes 15, 20 minutes, that's just when your Instant Pot is already completely out of pressure. So you just want to get it to the point, you have to do a slow natural release on meat. Otherwise your meat can be tough, and you don't want your meat tough. You definitely want your meat to be nice and tender. And this is going to be fall off the bone ribs. So in my Instant Pot, I'm going to be moving over to the counter over there. We'll stop the video and we're going to move over so you can see what I'm putting in there. I just have 1 cup of water, 1 cup of apple juice just for my moisture, for it to come to pressure. If you have apple cider vinegar, you could use that instead of apple juice. I just don't have apple cider vinegar in the house, so I'm using apple juice. You can also add a little bit of liquid smoke if you like that flavor. But we're going to get these into our Instant Pot, so we're just going to move over to the other counter. So we'll stop the video just so we can get a better angle, and we're going to get these into our Instant Pot. All right, so you want to make sure you have your rack in your Instant Pot for your ribs, because you need to be able to pull it out at the end because they are going to be falling off the bone. And to put your ribs in, you do want to have them curled in your Instant Pot. And we're going to get these, I got two big ones here. It's going to be a tight fit. I might need to put a little bit of a different rack in there because I'm a little high. I'm going to clean off my rim, and we're going to get this on. Rinse off my hands here a minute. So we want to have this on high for 25 minutes. So once we get our lid in place, make sure you're on your, not on venting, you want to make sure you have it on your ceiling. And we're going to put our pressure on, and we're going to put your timer up for 25 minutes. And it'll probably take 15 minutes for your Instant Pot to come to pressure, plus your 25 minutes, plus you're going to have your natural release of about 20 minutes. So what are you at, 45? So you're at about an hour-ish. So about an hour before dinner. And then you want to give yourself enough time. Also, we want to broil them in the oven with a bit of barbecue sauce at the very end. Or you could do it on your barbecue. I just do it in the oven because it's quick and easy. So an hour and 10 minutes or so is what you need total, hour and 15 for your ribs. So kind of plan your timing that way for dinner. So we're going to look at these when they're done. All right, so the hardest part is getting your ribs out. So I got my cookie sheet here. I'm going to try to get my rack out. And I want to get these laid out so I can put barbecue sauce on and get them broiling in the oven. So this is going to be a little bit difficult without getting them to fall apart too much, because they're going to be fall off the bone ready here. Look at that. So I just want to get them laying down so we can slather them and get them broiling in the oven. So I'm just going to broil them for about 5 minutes with barbecue sauce, just on the top side so that they look good. All right, so we've got our ribs, fall off the bone ribs. So you can either do the slow way in the oven, but you have to count on having it in the oven all day long, or you do your Instant Pot, so it's about an hour to hour and 15 minutes. All depends on your Instant Pot, how long it takes to come to pressure. So give this one a try. The rib rub on here is excellent. I have the recipe on the card. And I do have the two different ways of doing it, either in the oven or in your Instant Pot with the times on the recipe card.